I think everybody's heard the news now. LeBron is a 76er and for $8 million. That's it. That is pennies on the dollar for a guy of LeBron's stature. I know he's 40. I know he's been in the league for damn near 30 years, it feels like. He's been in the league forever. But you paid $8 million for LeBron James. And everybody's been wondering, where's LeBron gonna go? Since he told the Lakers that I'm not coming back. And we learned. We've learned that it's the 76ers. So his 10 teams have been finally knocked down to one. And it's a 2-year deal. 2 years is what gets me. I thought that this was probably LeBron's last year. I don't see, it's the level that he's played at. It's like you want to go out on top. You don't want a slow fall or a rapid decrease in your talent. And it hasn't happened yet. And I'm like, maybe this is the last year because he doesn't want to see that. And he said it himself. He wants to play basketball. He doesn't want to play basketball till the wheels fall off. As soon as he sees a little bit, he sees that big dip and he's like, okay, I know I can't hang like I used to. I'm done. And this year's not the year. So we're going to see 2 full years of LeBron on the 76ers. And I thought the 76ers were already a contender, adding Jaylen Brown, getting rid of that Paul George contract. Yes, Paul George did great last offseason, and now you have this all-NBA, 5th in MVP on your team. Now if Joel Embiid stays healthy, you have very, very good, especially now you get the two young guards, Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. Now you have 2 great guards. That starting lineup looks great. You can fill out the rest of the team. Obviously, you lose Kelly Oubre, who I thought was a good piece, but you still have a great team, and I think you can win the East. You maybe even be able to get to the finals this year if you can all gel and if Joel Embiid stays healthy. Now, looking at it, you add LeBron James to your squad. Obviously, this isn't 2016. This isn't 2018. This isn't 2011. This isn't 2007. This isn't the LeBron that will carry a team by himself. But now LeBron doesn't have to carry a team to himself, and now you're adding this veteran leadership to the locker room. This guy has been there, done that. He went to the finals for 8 straight years. He's won 4 finals. This man is a winner, and you're adding him to your locker room. The mindset, obviously, the mindset is what you're here for. The leadership, he's going to be able to carry. He's not going to be able to carry your team, but he's definitely going to be a good piece that can boost your team, boost your morale. He's going to boost their confidence. He can boost their IQ. Obviously LeBron is not a typical point guard, but he can play the point guard position, right? And he's a very, very, very good ball passer. He can pass the ball better than most people. Obviously, he's no John Stockton. He's not Chris Paul. He's not Tyrese Halliburton, but he's up there. He might be better than Tyrese Halliburton, honestly, just with the IQ. And he's played this game before I was born. He's been playing the game of basketball, and now they have that in the locker room, and he brings so much to the table. Not just obviously the IQ, but he still is a 20-point per game scorer. And obviously, he's probably going to be the third option, maybe 4th option. But I don't see him being lower than VJ Edgecombe. But he's definitely going to be he's probably going to be the 4th option. Yeah, I take that back because I think probably the 1 option is probably still Joel Embiid. Then it goes Jaylen Brown and Tyrese Maxey. Those 2 are interchangeable. So LeBron is probably the 4th option on this team. So I obviously don't know what that is. He did take a step down last year. We all saw that he could play second fiddle. When Luka came, Luka averaged 7 more shots. The only reason why last year in the playoffs that LeBron had so much his hands and feet and everything, he was the main offensive engine was because Luka and Austin Reeves were out. But now we get to see LeBron as a maybe more of a role player, which will be very interesting to see. I definitely want to see how this team runs. And I think LeBron will probably get less touches as a scorer, but more touches as a passer. Because I think when you have such great scorers like Tyrese Maxey will get to the basket, Jaylen Brown will get to the basket, Joel Embiid can get to the basket. Now, VJ Escom can get to the basket. Now, all these players can create their own shots, but how well could they do if have somebody LeBron's IQ in like he knows passing lanes to the heart. We've seen it time and time again, him make a miraculous passes. So when you have these elite scorers and you give them some elite passer, it's like this opens up their game. We saw it. It's one of the reasons why John Stockton, Karl Malone were so great is you had elite scorer. He could make his own shot if he had to, but then you had the greatest passer of all time aside of him. And obviously LeBron's not the greatest, but he is one of the greatest passers, one of the best IQ. He's been playing the game for 30 fucking years. So that's interesting. Another interesting thing is, what does this lineup look like? It's a little smaller if you really think, because you're going to have Tyrese Maxey at the 1 probably. You're going to have VJ Escom at the 2, and then Jaylen Brown and LeBron. So is LeBron playing the 4? Because he's getting a little older, so the defense probably is not going to be as great as it used to be. So the defensive side of the ball is where this team kind of gets me. Because, Joel Embiid is not a bad defender glorified, but he's not the best. He's not the best center at defending. Then you have LeBron James, who's 40 years old, so, he can't keep up with the young bucks of the league. Jaylen Brown, there's no hole there. Jaylen Brown can guard the best player on every team. And that's what you can that's who it is going to be. He's going to guard that best ball handler. But then, VJ Escom's a dog, but he's not the best defender yet. Tyrese Maxey's a little undersized, so you're worried. So my biggest worry for this team and them being a contender is how can they stop teams from scoring? They could probably, I'm not going to say they can't outscore teams. I believe they could, especially when you have Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Jaylen Brown, and LeBron James on your team. I think you can outscore any team in the league. But the problem is, can you stop teams from scoring? When you get to the higher power teams like the Thunder, the Celtics, well, the Celtics are a little questionable right now, but you got the Knicks, the Celtics, the Spurs. These teams that are very good at scoring the basketball, how do you stop a team like that without defense, without the lockdown defenders that a team like the Thunder and the Spurs also have and the Knicks also have? That's the biggest question. But to wrap all this up, whoever released that Miami Heat thing, what the hell? But LeBron, we have 2 more years of LeBron. $8 million. The 76ers come out with a steal of a player, and I think this shows that LeBron really wants to compete. And I believe that this is his best chance. If that's Xander from your On Shift podcast crew. Thank you for clocking in, but that's me. I'm clocking out.